We started with a vision. That vision was, can we build a marketplace that makes it easier for insurers and brokers to do business together? If you look at the way the market works at the moment, there's a lot of individual connections. There's a lot of effort that goes into it from a broker perspective of getting the data to the insurer, and for the insurer to be able to make a decision and be able to get that back to a broker in a meaningful time. All of that is slow and complex. So we started from the premise of saying, can we digitize this process so that there is an easy way for brokers to get information into the system, so there is an easy way for that data to traverse into the multiple insurers that it needs to. When you're working in an industry like an insurance, you can't just say something looks like X or something looks like Y. Neuron is a solution that works inside the commercial market. The commercial insurance market is a huge thing. It's not one thing. So that might be ranging from small businesses who just need to insure a vehicle. It might be enormous organizations who need to insure satellites. When you're dealing with that kind of difference between the goods and services that are being dealt with, you can't just assume that there is a single source of data, single types or sets of data that are valuable. Having a lot of flexibility around the tools that we use. We can't just put in a monolith and assume that that's going to work for the next 20 years. This isn't an internal system, it's a client-facing system, and it is a multi-tenanted system. So we're providing access to many, many different clients, both insurers and brokers. That means that we have to be able to flex. We have to be able to change while still giving access to, for example, older versions of APIs for people who can't move as quickly. So the challenge is always meeting those regulatory requirements wherever they are in the world, and even wherever they are in a given country. If you're in the US, you have multiple different regulations that you have to deal with depending on what state you're in. Meeting those security requirements of your customers' expectation of the data. Also working with the risks, understanding those inherent risks that you're dealing with, and making sure that you are cognizant of and working inside a risk space that you're comfortable. So our strategy has always been to use SaaS technologies wherever we can, because who knows how to run a technology better than people who've built it. MongoDB itself is pretty unique from a database perspective, because it allows us to store data in that document data store rather than in a relational database. It has the flexibility that we need to deal with all of those different kinds of insurance, those different markets, without having to create a hugely complex, difficult to maintain, difficult to update set of relational databases to solve that problem. If you think you need help in doing some of these implementations, reach out to MongoDB, because our experience is that you get really high quality level of support. You get really good quality direction. They offer that at a reasonable price. And I'm starting to sound a little bit like an advert here, I know that, but genuinely the service that we got from actually asking questions rather than trying to figure it out for ourselves, the difference in the outcomes were stark. Take something that could have taken hours, days, weeks, and you can turn it to something that takes seconds.